Hare Krishna. I welcome you all to this session of question and answers. I am Abhilash and we are accompanied by His Grace Nishtha. Our subject matter for discussion today will be controlling of the mind. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Now my first question is, I have come across many spiritualists and they have to say one thing in common, that is controlling of the mind. How important is the controlling of the mind in one's life, especially for one who is seeking spiritual realization?
Without mind, you cannot progress in spiritual life. In fact, generally people's spiritual life means they do some meditation, some physical exercise, yoga, then watch TV, smoke bidi, cigarette, drink, do all nonsense and think they are doing something spiritual. Therefore, even in the general we discussed last time, even in the Ashtanga Yoga system, the first thing is yama and niyama. So without controlling the senses, we cannot even begin spiritual life.
Prabhuji, then my second question would be, why can't we let our minds free? Why can't we learn from our experiences slowly and steadily? Why do we have to chain our minds to rules and regulations all at once?
Therefore, regulations are called regulative principles of freedom. Say somebody goes to 10th story of a building and he says, I want to be free, and he jumps from that. That's madness. Whatever so-called freedom he has, that will be lost. So similarly, the freedom of the mind comes if you don't involve it in activities which will addict it, entangle it. Addiction is nothing but entanglement. And if you analyze this very discreetly, you can see there are 4 activities which entangle the mind. It's very scientific. Many people say, why a certain thing is sinful, why a certain thing is not sinful, who are you to define sin? Common sense. Anything which changes the mind, it is sinful. So regulations are not chaining the mind. Mind is chained by sinful activities. And the sinful activities are easy to analyze. Intoxication. If you don't involve your mind into some kind of an intoxication, your mind becomes free. If you involve, it is not free. Just like every moment, every hour you have to go to smoke a cigarette, you're not free. You become rather servant of your senses. Then we say illicit sex. Again your mind is chained unnecessarily. What you can do purposefully if your mind is dragged to that. And then there is gambling. Then every moment there is an impulse to gamble. In fact, it is seen that even if you give all the money he has lost, many times gamblers say, why are you gambling? No, see, I lost so much money, I have to get it back. Even if you give him that money, he will still go that kind of that kick, that impulse, he is addicted to that, he is chained to that. As then last is meat eating, which is so prominent in this belt, unfortunately. Yes, that is also has to be given up. It's also a sort of addiction. You are enjoying your tongue at the life of such a, so with so much giving so much pain to animals, is going to chain you down to a severe karma. So it is for you, you want to be happy, you regulate yourself. Just like suppose I want to be healthy, I will regulate myself. I will not drink water at any place. That's what we do. We will not eat at any place. We will regulate myself if I want to be healthy. So if you do not want your mind to be injured, better take care.
Prabhuji, I agree that we get entangled in certain habits eventually. That entanglement is there eventually. But why can't I do everything in moderation? Is absolute abstinence the only way out?
Yeah, the modern civilization is moderation and Vedic culture is abstinence. Srila Prabhupada also used to say, people say we are so conservative. So moderation is a sliding slope. It is just a hypocrite who cannot control the mind. He takes an excuse of moderation. Just like something is bad, drinking is, why drink that? Because you have a weak mind, you take an excuse, I am doing it in moderation. And it's just a matter of time where actually every addict lives in denial. He denies that he is an addict. So moderation is the excuse by addicts. I am doing a little only. Any day I will stop it. Now you are not even a gentleman if you are indulging in sinful activities. What kind of person are you?
Prabhuji, you are talking about the 3 modes of the nature. What are these modes called? Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic. Can you elaborate more on it?
It's a beautiful science with explained in Bhagavad Gita. I can give a very simplistic presentation. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, all the three are force of illusion. It's a force. Illusion is a force which forces us not to see the reality. It's just like a cloud. Now, Sattva Guna is the minimum, wherein we are not able to see the Lord, but at least we can understand I am not body, I am soul. Prakash, full light, brightness. Mind is pure. There are no sinful thoughts only. I discussed the sinful thoughts. I hope all of you have understood. And the body is also pure. When the mind itself is not thinking of sinful activity, the body never does it. It's very pure existence. As far as material life, so many people say, oh, we don't want God. My dear sir, you are unfortunate, but at least live materially happily, be in Sattva-guna. Then comes his Rajaguna. Because if you live in Sattva-guna, there is a hope you can come one day to spiritual life. If the wood is dry, it can burn. Therefore, we request people live a pure life, and definitely, and then your mind will be in a position to understand God. Evam prasanna manaso. God is only understood when you are happy. Otherwise, you cannot understand. Rajaguna is when the mind has become compromised, just like the temple. Now, we don't allow people to come inside the temple, we're going to disturb, because here the temple is the objective to worship the Lord. The same way, mind can also be made into a temple. It's a temple. And then you don't allow unwanted thoughts to come, just like we don't allow crazy people to come inside even your house. You don't allow, they will disturb you. So we don't allow, but you allow crazy thoughts to come, and then they start dancing. And you should at least ignore them, then they will go away. You don't even ignore, you don't tell them to get out. Then they will make a tandav inside. That is Rajoguna. The tandav has started, mind is getting disturbed by unwanted desires. You are responsible. You can't blame anybody. Some people say God is making you do sinful activity. You cannot escape responsibility because you are careless. Just like you are careless in drinking dirty water and then you get diarrhea, you are responsible. You can't blame anybody. People try to shift blame to God. That is Rajoguna, when you are careless and unwanted desires come in. And then in Tamoguna, the acute stage where the desires have become so prominent, they haunt you now. You can't do anything purposeful. You are crushed. That is Tamoguna, where the body is also now engaging in sinful activities. In Rajoguna, at least we are not doing sinful activity and the mind is disturbed. But Tamoguna is you are crushed, you are gone. It's the most degraded form of existence.
Prabhuji, then the next question is, how does a person degrade himself or stoop himself into this lowest mode called the Tamoguna?
Yeah, there is an explanation of this. In fact, whenever we explain this, people are very keen to know this verse exists. It says, Dhyayate Vishya Pumsa. The first stage is contemplation, curiosity. What is that? You should be curious. One principal was telling me that he saw one student smoking. So he caught him and he said, why are you smoking? Sir, I was just curious to know, what is it, what is it? Why you are not curious to serve the Lord? But you are curious for all kind of sinful activity. That is a weakness. Shabda Pramana, as I explained, is the way to learn, not Pratyaksha. If you want to learn anything in a modern system, is everything I have to see. That's not the way to learn. One man said very nicely, you cannot learn by making mistake because there is not enough time in life to make all the mistakes. Best is to hear. You hear from authority that don't do sinful activity, but we are very curious. And that's how all things starts. When the authorities are saying, Shastra, Acharyas, all the great personalities say what we say, even policeman says, doctor says, everybody says don't do this sin. All the problem is because of this, or even lawyer. All problem is because of these 4 sinful activities. Don't do it. But no, you want to go over the protection. Just like doctor says, these all things you should take care. Now you think, let me try. Let me go outside. Then you're going outside the protection of medicine. So you go outside the protection. That's where you make the first step of mistake. Let me see what is there. Sangaste shubhajayate. Then you get attached. Actually, because you have developed a desire or you have a curiosity to enjoy, the illusion has to facilitate that. Now the object, the illusory energy of the Lord will make it very attractive. Actually, nothing is attractive in this world because you are interested. Just like a child is interested to see the moon. I want moon, my mother, give the moon in my hand. The mother has to give him a piece of glass in the hand and he can see the moon. He thinks he possesses the moon, but actually his illusion is only facilitating that. Now illusion is going to facilitate your enjoyment independent of the Lord. That comes Sangasteshu Vajayate, attachment develops. It's nothing, there is nothing to get attached in this world. The only object of attachment is the Supreme Lord Krishna. But we develop Sangha, Sanjayate, Kama, the contemplation is going on. More you want to enjoy, okay, now full force of Kama will affect your heart. Enjoy. Kama, Krodha, Vijayate, anger. I am not getting it. So you are going to the stages of madness. Krodha, Bhavati, Samoha. Now Samoha, the illusion completely covers your system. You look like as if, we enchant somebody, the magician, hypnotize somebody, he looks hypnotized now by the object. Day in, day out, he did not know that girl, now he's thinking, he's hypnotized. He's thinking of her only. And Samoha, Spriti Vibrama, you lose your memory. Arey, I came to college to study, not run after this girl. Just giving an example. There, Samoha, Spriti Vibrama, Buddhi Nash, lose all intelligence. Arey, if I don't study, we have met some cases. 6 by 6, all cases that fail in all the courses, and the reason you go behind is something was samoa for him, either a girl or a liquor or a cigarette or a drugs, worst. And the Smriti Bhamashad, Buddhi Nasha, loses all his in Buddhi Nasha, Pranashati, falls down, becomes mad, crushed, becomes aimless, goalless, good for nothing. These are the stages actually it goes. Very nice.
Prabhuji, you said the result of all the sinful actions that we perform is the miseries that we face in the life. Now can you tell us what is the action that we should perform so that we gain happiness in the life? Contrary to the actions that people perform.
How do we reverse it now? See, we have understood just by a misuse of our mind and senses, we have trapped, just like in a quicksand. You came to the wrong place and more you move, you are fully trapped now. So, and you will drown. So you have to come out. So now you have to use the same mind and senses in an intelligent way to disentangle yourself. Okay? Don't bring, God has not forced you. You foolishly have trapped yourself. Now you come out of it. God will help those who help themselves. If you take an interest, yes, I want to come out of it, you should, then it is fine. It's just like in the independence time, a lot of people made a slogan. What is the slogan they made? Why we should live under British rule. So we just say, yeah, why I should live under British. The same way, why I should be harassed by my mind. That common sense should be there. What is this life? Being dragged by the mind. So we should make an interest to come out. Another way, first I want to develop why we should, just like you're having a fever. Now when you have a fever, we should go to a doctor and get cured. But don't increase the fever. If you act in fever, the fever keeps increasing. And I always joke that, particularly among youngsters, that when the fever is there, fever means the sinful activities have already entered your system and they're harassing you. Instead of reducing the fever, what do? We increase the fever by all kind of, we put some earphones and hear all rubbish songs. Nowadays we see somebody, it's kind of a style to hold a mobile and earphones. What are you hearing? All nonsense songs, Javani, Divani, all low class things. What is going to happen to you? Temperature will increase and then madness. Then see the newspaper, all this, then activities happen. Arey, I can't believe my son could do this. No, you are only responsible. You never gave him the positive alternative. He got dragged and got stuck in the negative life. Nunam pramatta kurite vikarma yate indriya priti apnoti. If sense gratification the goal of your life, certainly you will do one day a great sinful activity. And that is what is happening. So we should take a positive course. But the easiest course, these are all actually not so important. My life is something better things to do than just be stuck to the senses, become like a rat in a hole. I want to be free. So you decide, you cultivate some knowledge of how the objects are not so attractive, but I am getting attractive by influence of Maya, then it is good. But still higher, the highest method will be Kechit Kevalaya Bhakta Vasudeva Parayanaha Agam Dhunvanti Kasena Niharami Bhaskaraha. Just like the sun rises, before even the sun is on the sky, the first sunshine is enough to destroy all the mist. So the mist which is covering us, which you are not able to see, my identity as soul, and that I am a servant of the Lord, and I will be so blissful in serving the Lord, can be just removed just by the first rays of the sunshine. Even before the sun is visible, mist is destroyed. So similarly, if you take to the process of Krishna consciousness, that begins by chanting the mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You will positively see that easily I have corrected the wrong path I was stuck in.
Prabhuji, we have received some questions from the audience. Shall we take it?
Yes.
The first question is, why do you suggest that Hare Krishna mantra is the effective mantra for the control of the mind? Why not try other mantras?
This mantra is called the Maha Mantra. Why? Na niyame na kala. No rules, no time. In fact, it's not we, the Brahma's authority. He says, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Iti Shodashaka Namanam. These 16 words, Kali Kalmashanashanam, will destroy all the bad effect of Kali Yuga. Nataha Parataropaya, there is no better way. Sarve Vedesha Dishyate, if you see all the Vedas. Now, authority of Brahma, we are doing it. And if you don't accept authority of Brahma, follow whomever you want at your own risk. We are safe. Brahma is the first personality who received from the Lord the Vedic knowledge. Nobody studies Veda better than him. Many times he has studied. He knows perfectly. And he is saying it mantras. Mantra wash the mind, it clean the mind, purifying the mind. And not only it gives it, vaccinates it against any infection. So if we attentively chant the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We request at least if you come to the temple, you are welcome. You can take a japa bead. We'll give you how to chant. Otherwise, even if you don't have a japa bead, start chanting the mantra attentively. If you chant softly to yourself, that is called japa. When you chant loudly, it is called kirtan. So either way you chant, you see the mantra acts on the mind and it will cut off at any stage. I said dhyayate vishaya, at any stage, even you are deeply addicted to sinful activity, the Maha Mantra has the power to shake at most degraded situation. We say mlecha, yavana, what? That is nothing. People addicted to drugs and drinking, he pulled them out and made them into saints just because they accepted the process. People are taking it all around the world. We cannot change the process. Many times when Srila Prabhupada started, many people requested, allow something, at least one. Prabhupada said the process will not work. It's an experiment. Put 4 control conditions and you chant the Maha Mantra, say for 1 month, do an experiment and tell us. In fact, there is nothing to worry. Bhavo Jnana Tapasa. Many millions of people have done in this past and it has worked. It is working. As if we are from sky fallen, no. We were also like a normal person. But only thing is that we had accepted the medicine of chanting the Maha Mantra.
Prabhuji, thank you for giving us your time and answering all our questions. Viewers can send us your queries on the mobile numbers displayed on the screen. We will be coming up with many such interesting topics suggested by you. Stay tuned. Until then, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.